crazy. I don't think that's crazy at all. Shit,
I've never
Lupe's a
done a
dog.
I've never done a deep enough dive on Lupe to really properly rank him like that. But there's no way you can say that and not come off like a bitter ass nigga. There's just no way. Even if it's the truth, which I'm not saying it's not, because like I said, I've never studied Lupe like that. You cannot say that without coming off sounding salty. There's no fucking way.
And I don't know how the host set it up because you don't get to see that
Right.
part in the snippet that I saw. So he may have kind of baited him a little bit, and of course Lupe can't just concede and be like, "Oh yeah, he's better." You know what I mean? You got to defend your name a little bit, but at the same time, like he seems very confident in his answer. He didn't kind of skirt around it.
I mean, there's a lot of niggas who make a living off rap who can't fuck with me, but I can't sit there and like there's no way you can sit there and say that shit without sounding bitter. You just gotta eat that shit. I've been eating it for a long time. You can't hop on some interview and say that without sounding like a fucking hater. So it is what it is.
So if somebody was just to ask you like just a person that you know you would eat, somebody that's not super lyrically inclined in the industry, but they've made it, they're famous. And
I ain't gonna lie about
demolish them. Okay, talk to me now.
But I'm also
talk
not.
To me, man.
I'm also not in the position that he's in. He's someone.
Yeah.
A million people are gonna see that. Me
Yes,
and you
sir.
talking about this right here, it ain't gonna be seen. You know,
Okay.
it's like that, not to that level. It's fine. But no, when you're in that position, you gotta zip them lips, or you sound like a hater.
I dig that.
T-Bear jumped up in here. He said Lupe got fire, but he's been on this since the Control verse.
Yeah. And I like Lupe, man. You know, Chicago in the building, you know, and I think it's like all this rap shit is subjective, dog. You know, like,
For sure.
Yeah.
This shit crazy as fuck, man.
And I feel like Lupe is independent or definitely on a label smaller than Universal. It's an offshoot of Universal, whereas Interscope, Universal, Kendrick, and Lupe did say this, but you know what I mean? When you got that big of a team pushing you, you're doing arenas, you got that big of a fan base, the noise overshadows the other noise. You know what I mean? It's just.
I mean, a lot of the entire industry is about the marketing machine. You know,
without a doubt,
people want to be told what to like, and I'm not saying that applies to Kendrick. I'm just saying in general, people are always waiting for cues to be told what to like, and that's probably the only gripe that I have with my city that I love so much. Like I'm probably the most proud Des Moines native there is, but Des Moines still waits to be told what's okay to like, and I hate that because even hip hop wise, we have our own sound, but we're afraid to jump.
Elaborate on that. What do you mean when we have what is our own sound? What do you mean by that exactly?
I don't know if I can define it. I just know that it doesn't sound like it's bitten off of anywhere else.
Well, and this is a perfect opportunity because I had a question I was going to ask you, and I want to pose this to both of you. But Tripp, since you're already talking, you can take it first if you want. What do you think has held us back from putting somebody on the national stage out of Des Moines?
We have small dick mentality when it comes to pride in our own state and our own city. We got little dick mentality when it comes to this place. We don't think it's good enough to have anything. Okay, on a broader scale, I'll try not to get too far off the tracks here, but this is an example that always comes to mind about how Des Moines thinks. When they built Wells Fargo Arena, they consulted with the NCAA and they wanted to know what the requirements were to host a Final Four in Des Moines. And they said, as long as you got 20,000 seats, you'll be in consideration. And they put 18,000 in there when they built it.